Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We're here today to talk about Amberlynn Reid. Once again, we're back doing that thing. What do you know about doing that thing? We are going to be discussing Amberlynn Reid, and I'm going to put some timestamps because once again we have some stuff to cover, and then we also have a reaction to do because she did post a new video today as well. So the first timestamp will be something about Cakegate. We're going to do some updates about Cakegate, both because Amberlynn posted about Cakegate and also because people didn't like my response to it, and I want to give you all a chance to hear more of my point of view, where I'm coming from, where I was coming from, etc. But also, if you're not interested in any of that, then I'll leave a timestamp so you can just skip straight to today's reaction. So there was, well, let's be very real. Cakegate is like maybe the most drama that's happened related to Amberlynn Reid in recent history. I suppose it's the most interesting thing that's been going on with her channel in recent history. And so because of that, obviously a lot of people are talking about it, and we're going to continue talking about it because Amberlynn made some updates on both her community tab post and her Instagram story. So let me just remind you, in case you didn't see my last video or you're not up to date with it, the long and short of Cakegate, okay, and this is me really whittling it down. You can obviously go watch my last video about it. Obviously, a lot of other creators have made videos about it, and also you could just go watch Amberlynn's video if you really want to know entirely what's going on with it. But Cakegate, long and short, long story short, whoever, whatever, is that somebody sent Amberlynn some very expensive coffee cake and also some kind of bread item from a local business from Kansas City called Strawberry Hill. Amberlynn took this maliciously, interpreted it as somebody trying to be rude to her, be mean to her, after she's asked in the past for people to not send food to her. And she went on a very long, lengthy rant in her last video and ultimately told people she threw the cake away, she threw the goods away, and that she was very upset with people, that it was fat phobic, whoever, whatever. Okay, so that's your catch up on that. Obviously there's a lot more to it. Like you can go see her full reaction to getting the cake in her video and my last video, or whatever content creator of your choice. So she has since made some posts about it on her community tab posts and also on Instagram. I think some aspects of this are the result of people reaching out to the company that the cakes and the pastries and the whoever whatever came from. It's a brand called Strawberry Hill, and I even saw people posting screenshots of their interactions or people's interactions with the brand on Instagram, which, to be honest, I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular take, but I don't know why people reached out to the brand to begin with. Like, I don't think Amberlynn was criticizing the brand, nor do I think I left that video thinking negatively of the brand. I really feel like it was clear that Amberlynn was coming for whoever sent it to her specifically and not necessarily the brand. So I don't really know or feel like personally like I understand why people reached out to the brand and involved them in it, outside of just like trying to stir up more controversy. But I think because people did reach out to the brand, Amberlynn felt the need to make a post about it. And so the first post I saw was on her community tab post, and she said, "My videos are behind because I've been filming a lot and only uploading every other day as per my schedule, but I contacted Strawberry Hill the minute I noticed all the friction regarding my video, which was a few days ago. I'll have updates soon in a vlog. Thank you, Strawberry Hill, for the kindness and understanding." And I don't know, because she makes it sound like the only reason she reached out to them is because she saw friction in her video. I think it would make sense if she reached out to them after seeing that like people reached out to them. But either way, I don't know. I think it's all weird. I don't know why people, Amberlynn or otherwise, are reaching out to this brand when they seemingly, I would guess, had nothing to do with it. There were some people speculating that maybe they were the ones that sent her the food as like some kind of PR package or something, but I don't really get the sense that that is what happened, especially because, you know, Amberlynn said she reached out to them and then she followed up with this Instagram post, which I have a lot of questions why she went to Instagram to talk about this, but here we are. whatever. Her Instagram story said, if you're the one who sent me Strawberry Hill, I'd love to talk to you. Not to attack you, but to understand you. My DMs are open. And I think that that's a very confusing post for a number of reasons. One, because, you know, most of her viewers are on YouTube, so if you realistically actually want to make contact with that person, like, what's the chances that whoever that is isn't following you on Instagram? I don't know. I think I would just post it, like, wherever I had the most viewers if I was really truly interested in talking to them. But even then, I don't understand how she thinks that she's gonna figure out if the person's being genuine or not, you know? Except that, you know, she did once upon a time say, like, if you're gonna send me trolly things, like, I have ways of figuring out who you are. I don't know if you remember her saying that in a video. Well, it's probably been a few weeks at this point. So maybe she'll go call up her old friend FBI Frank and they can figure it out together. But I imagine that her DMs were also filled with people who were just trolling and not serious about being the one who actually sent it. Like, I don't know how you figure that out. I don't know if she has some kind of way to fact check it, but I'd be very curious.
Okay, this is a spoiler alert for a future part of this video where I say we may never know who the person that sent it was, and that might just not be stuff that we know. Well, it turns out that Amberlynn should have had access to at least the name of the person who sent it, because they commented this on their Instagram, and I just didn't see it until I went to look for screenshots of the other messages I saw from them. And they said, every package we ship has a packing slip that includes the name of the shipper, usually gift message, and the contents in the box. So realistically, Amberlynn should have seen who it was, which I feel like only makes this messier and more frustrating, I think, for all parties involved.
So, it's very obvious we're not going to stop talking about Cakegate anytime soon. She mentioned she's going to talk about it in a vlog, in a future vlog. Obviously, her videos are behind, so maybe by next week sometime we'll get back to it. And because of that, I think it's important for me to talk about what my initial reaction to Cakegate was to begin with, since, you know, we're going to keep talking about this. And also because, you know, a lot of people didn't have any issue or take any issue with my response to Cakegate, but there were a number of people who I recognized as, like, return viewers, like people who watch me regularly. There are people who reached out to me on Twitter that I've seen like interact with my stuff regularly, that were disappointed in my response. And I think that if I can do anything, hopefully this can be like a good way to demonstrate and role model to Amberlynn or anybody, like, a healthy boundary in terms of, like, responding to people who maybe don't agree with you, disagree with you, are critical of your content, etc. And of course, like, I do care that people who have watched me for a really long time were disappointed in what I did. Like, I care a lot about my audience and the people who watch me, and I don't necessarily think we always have to agree on everything, but I'm happy to address things when we don't agree. But overall, I actually want to just emphasize that I don't think I disagreed with most of the people that much, okay? I think it got lost in translation because I am an empathetic person and I showed empathy towards what Amberlynn was experiencing. But let me just be clear, I wasn't endorsing her behavior. I wasn't saying that it was appropriate. In fact, I feel like I repeated multiple times that, like, this was nuts and that she shouldn't have even posted this to YouTube, that she should have kept whatever these feelings were off of YouTube, because, you know, I've watched Amberlynn for a long time and there's no way that what she posted there was going to receive a positive response from the community of people that watches her. And also, it just, like, wasn't a great way to respond to that, right? Like, if you want to make a point about fat phobia and people being fat phobic, there are much more, like, articulate and eloquent ways that you could go about doing that than how she did it. So really, my larger point still remains that I just don't think she should have put it on YouTube to begin with, both because it was not great behavior and also because she continues to feed into this negativity on her channel, which is something I've been talking about for the past, like, week or two, is that she's just, like, constantly addressing negativity on her channel instead of giving time to the people who really support her. But I do want to say that I think sometimes people forget that when I'm doing a reaction, that it is my first time watching genuine reaction, unless I say otherwise. Like, sometimes I I like have to do recaps, or sometimes like I get spoiled because I see something on Twitter. But in this case, this was like my genuine first time watching this video. And so the response you're seeing is like genuinely what I'm experiencing in that moment. And I say that mostly because I had some people tell me that I needed to do my research, and I'm a little bit confused about what that means in the context of me being a person who does my reactions in my videos that way, but also to the extent of like I don't understand what research there was to be done outside of like maybe the people who looked up how much those items cost and found out that they were $80, right? And I will say that's something I didn't know at the time of filming, and I also didn't feel was like important to look up at the time of filming, because y'all know sometimes in the middle of a reaction I'll be like, I want to know more about that, let me just go over and Google real quick. But it wasn't something that felt or seemed important at the time to me, although I do realize a lot of you feel like it is an important part of the story. So with that being said, I didn't really anticipate that other people would possibly think that the person sending these baked goods to Amberlynn was a supporter. And so that was just not the perspective that I had while watching it. Like, in my head, somebody who is sending her any kind of food is not somebody who's supporting her. And we could talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But I do just want you to keep in mind that when other people make content about Amberlynn, a lot of them have the benefit of already watching the video. They also, you know, have the benefit of like taking into account what other people are saying or feeling about Amberlynn. And I don't think that that's inherently bad at all. I'm just saying it's like a different type of content than what I do. And so when you're watching a Zachary Michael video, most of the time you're gonna get me watching something for the very first time and telling you how I feel in the moment, unless I state otherwise. And I usually do a pretty good job of being like, hey, I got spoiled in that video, so I already have an idea that something's coming up. So I did bring up this idea of like, there seems to be a lot of back and forth within the community overall, actually, about whether or not the person who sent it was a troll or a supporter. And it makes a big difference to people, because people feel like if it was a supporter that sent it, then Amberlynn's response was really rude. Okay, that seems to be like my understanding of where people are going with all of that. And with all that being said, I just want to say that I don't actually think it matters whether or not the person was a supporter or a troll, just for the record. That doesn't seem to be a very important point to me personally, and we may disagree about that, but that's just how I feel. But let me just share with you why my initial thought as I was reacting to this video was not to think, oh, that's somebody that supports Amberlynn Reid. The major argument that I've seen that this wasn't a troll is that a lot of people have said, like, oh, no troll would spend $80 on baked goods to send to Amberlynn Reid. If they were going to do it, they would buy some inexpensive junk food like Oreos, ding dongs, Twinkies, etc. Listen, I agree. Like, I would never spend $80 on that, although I have like spent a good chunk of money to buy like earrings from her and things like that. But I think like while you and I may not do that, that doesn't mean that there's nobody who would spend $80 just to troll Amberlynn Reid. And in fact, like, we see all the time, I mean, it's been a while since Amberlynn did a live stream, but both Amberlynn and Chantal, when they've live streamed and things like that, have spent tons of money on just like sending hateful, mean super chats to people. And so I gotta be honest, nothing really surprises me when it comes to this corner of the internet and the lengths that people will go to troll other people. So just remember, just because you wouldn't do it, or I wouldn't do it, or we collectively wouldn't do it, doesn't mean that there's not somebody in that would do it or wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? There was also a lot of discussion about, you know, like how a supporter of Amberlynn Reid might not have seen every single video of hers, might not have known not to send food, this, that, the other. And I agree with all of the things about all the different things that Amberlynn could do to set up some boundaries with this P.O. box if it's what she really wants to do, right? Like, in fact, I spent a good chunk of my video discussing how she could set up some boundaries with that, how she could choose not to show things on camera, and how she could also put, like, in her description box and anywhere where she has her P.O. box listed, please do not send me food. I agree with all of those things, and that's why I said them in my last video. I do agree she has made it clear at this point that she does not want food sent to her, and I do think it's it's fucked up and have said that before, and I still stand by that. But that's also, you know, after the second time she showed food getting delivered to her or whatever, I think was when I started saying, like, hey, maybe we don't show it, and then people won't get the thought to send it. And also maybe, like, add that disclaimer to where it's at in your description box, or, like, wherever you have your P.O. box listed, you know? I think that kind of got lost because people were like, yeah, but Zach, she should have done this, she should have done that. Yeah, I said that in my video. But I do want to say that I've held the same stance when it's come to people sending her food in her P.O. box since the very first time she showed somebody sending her food in her P.O. box. And that has been that if you care about Amberlynn to any kind of extent, it doesn't make any sense that you would send her food of any kind. I find it curious that a person would send, and I get it, it's like, oh, I want you to be able to try all of these Australian candies. Like, that would be so fun for a video, I'm sure. But then would send her stuff like Fiber One bars and Weight Watchers bars and things like that. And who knows when she actually sent this, or, like, when this package got sent to her, because, like, maybe because there was Weight Watchers stuff in it. Like, maybe it was when Amberlynn claimed she was going to be doing Weight Watchers. But it also seems curious to send all these candies and bits and things like that. Like, I don't know. Couldn't be me sending food and candy and stuff to Amberlynn. I feel like that's a interesting choice.
Beavers?
Oh my god.
Like, literally.
Yeah. For real. At this point, hopefully you got the point. Like, at this point, after this, if people send her food, you're trolling. At this point, because she said it multiple times, although I guess, you know, I don't know where she has her P.O. box listed everywhere. You know, not everybody probably watches every single video, but I wonder, I would need to go look, and I don't want to, like, click away from the video, but I wonder if she has, like, that disclaimer next to wherever she has her P.O. box listed, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't send her food. I don't think that's necessary. And I think sometimes a challenge in this community is that people fail to believe that Amberlynn could have people who genuinely support her. And I think that that is just, like, factually incorrect, that there's nobody in the community that actually supports her because they like her. Because you have to remember, a lot of people like to cite that the way that they got into Amberlynn Reid is because they started out as a fan, myself included, although I guess to some extent you could still call me a fan because I'm sitting here watching every video, right? And they can't really imagine what it's like to be an actual supporter of Amberlynn, and so I think we have this, like, fuzzy, foggy idea of what a supporter would and wouldn't do. And so a lot of the arguments surrounding was this a supporter or was this a troll come from people who adamantly believe that it was a supporter because they want to say that Amberlynn's response to this person was inappropriate, because how dare you treat a supporter like that? But if we're thinking about what somebody who truly supported Amberlynn would look like, right? If we're trying to put ourselves in the shoe of somebody, the multiple shoes of somebody who supports Amberlynn, then you would have to also realize that, like, if you were supporting her, you would want what she wants for herself, right? And there has not been a video in the year of 2023 where she hasn't talked about having a food addiction and having problems with food and about her weight loss surgery journey. There may have been, like, one or two that wasn't about that, but almost all of them, overwhelmingly, the majority of her videos have been about that. And I get it. Not everybody watches every video she makes. Not everybody watches every video I make. And so it's possible they did miss the videos where she said, please don't send food to my P.O. box. I get that. But chances are, if you've watched any video of hers in the year of 2023, because again, this was like a recent package she received, right? She purposely opened it up right away because it was perishable. If you have watched anything in recent history of hers to know that you, like, want to send her something in her P.O. box and things like that, then you have probably watched a video where she talked about struggling with a food addiction. Or even if you're under the belief that it's like a binge eating disorder, whatever it might be, you know that she has issues with food. And And honestly, you don't even really need to limit that frame of time to just 2023, but I'm being realistic here, okay? I'm trying to whittle it down to be as basic as I can. So yeah, I still stand by the stance that even if you're a supporter, I guess, like, I can't imagine a world and where somebody who genuinely likes Amberlynn and wants the best for her would opt to send her any kind of food, no matter how expensive or cheap it was. But also, let me just say this. Most of this information is unknown. It's very possible we'll never find out if the person who sent it was a supporter or a troll. And there's so many people that are in my comments or Amberlynn's comments or in my DMs who speak about certain parts of this as though it were fact. And the reality is the most any of us can do in this situation is speculate on what happened. The only people who really know facts of this case are the person who sent it, maybe the bakery. Like, the bakery can probably pinpoint who purchased it, right? I would guess they have some kind of log of that information. Not that they're, like, available to just send that out to people. Maybe they are. I don't know what the laws like that, about stuff like that are. And then maybe Amberlynn has some additional information that we don't have or don't know or something like that, okay? And the rest of us are all just watching, okay? And until other proof or things come forward, like, that's all we can deal with, okay? That's all the information we have, and we might not ever know. So I think it's okay for people to have many thoughts, beliefs about what happened with it, but just know that, like, we could all be right, we could all be wrong. Like, people really just truly don't know, and we may never know. And I do just want to say that, you know, for a long time, or for about as long as I've been doing this kind of content on YouTube, I guess, a lot of people have called me or referred to me as, like, the nice reaction channel, an empathetic reaction channel, an understanding reaction channel. And I think it would be a lot for me to claim those things, but when people do say it, I appreciate that. I really value that because, you know, I try to be somebody who leads my life outside of YouTube in a caring, understanding, and empathetic way. But I do have to say, I've been a little surprised over the past couple of days when people have been upset that I've been too nice, too understanding, and too empathetic, because that's just part of who I am, you know? I've said many times on my channel that the only person I cover that I just, like, truly think is, like, a terrible person with very few redeeming qualities is Chantal Marie, Foodie Booty, Floppy Bobby, okay? Outside of that, like, I can have a caring heart for just about anybody, okay? Just about anybody. And one thing about me is that I'm not a liar, okay? So when I have come on in videos and talked about genuinely caring about the well-being for Amberlynn and caring about her journey and hoping that she gets better and finds peace and all of this, that, the other, I'm not lying, okay? I mean that genuinely. And I do have to say, I think you can empathize with somebody, okay? You can empathize with somebody's anger, sadness, frustration, and also not condone their behavior. Obviously, she could have chosen any kind of way to react to that situation, and the way that she chose to react to it was not great. But people have feelings of sadness and anger that lead them to do things that they probably shouldn't do. It doesn't condone their behavior, it doesn't endorse their behavior, but it does help us understand where they're coming from. And while I felt like I was clear in saying that I wasn't endorsing her behavior or condoning her behavior, or just in general that her behavior was bad, it's clear that that wasn't received by many people, and so I hope that this explanation, albeit long, was helpful in understanding a little bit better where I was coming from. So with that being said, I always welcome differing opinions. I think that that is, like, what is a, you know, specific pillar of what makes the internet, right? Is that people come on here, have different opinions, and that's fine. So thank you all for sharing your differing opinion with me. I think it takes, like, a lot of vulnerability to tell somebody that you like or look up to that you don't agree with their point of view. And I also appreciate you taking the time to listen to like what I thought and felt about it. Because also sometimes I know that it can be frustrating when somebody that you really care about doesn't have the same feelings as you. And so I appreciate anybody who took the time to listen and try to understand where I was coming from. At the end of the day, these are just my reactions. It's just my opinions in the moment. I imagine we're not going to agree on everything. And I also imagine as this Cakegate situation continues, we'll probably continue to have differing opinions on the matter. Or maybe not. Maybe we will gain some information and all of us will come closer to a common understanding than we are at currently right now. And again, since I imagine what draws you to my channel is my genuine first-time reactions, I'm going to keep reacting to the people I watch on my channel, and I'm going to continue providing the genuine, authentic reactions that I give to you every time. And that may include me being empathetic to people that maybe you don't share the same amount of empathy for. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not always have the same amount of empathy to give to people, and I think that's okay. So thanks for listening. I realize I spent a lot of time talking about that, but I felt like it was important because a lot of people feel very strongly about this situation, and I care about y'all and all of y'all that watch me, and I think it's good for us to have these kind of conversations. I'll also say really quickly, because I'm sure people will ask me about it, I have seen the Amberlynn and wifey photos, and no, I won't be showing them on my channel. An actual other very controversial time on my channel was back when people were taking photos of wifey outside of their home, and I was very much against that because I wouldn't want people to just be like stalking the outside of my home, taking photos of Noel, who is not an active part of my channel, right? So I won't say much more than that. It was a very unpopular opinion at that time too, and that's that on that. I'm sure if you want to find them, you'll find them, but I'm just not gonna put it on my channel. Is that fair? Woo! Almost 30 minutes into this video. It's now time for the reaction. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? It's luckily a short video today, so we should be fine. I hope it's not gonna take us too long. And honestly, truly, the first 30 minutes of this video are probably gonna be the more interesting parts of my video today, because let's just talk about the title, okay? The title of today's video is Target Haul, Living Room Makeover, which, like, weren't we just doing that in the last video? And meeting my surgeon tomorrow, bar vlog. So yeah, fascinating, I'm sure. I mean, literally, I think we were just making over her living room yesterday. Or like whenever the last time she posted a video was. So, it's only 11 minutes long though, so let's just get to, shall we?
Okay, so I have a massive Target haul.
Oh, a massive? Wait, what? 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 I get what she's doing. She's taking a thumbnail, or she's trying to pose for a thumbnail. But what were these camera sound effects she added? Okay, all right, creativity. Go off, girl.
Get a little thumbnail moment. Okay, first things first. Got some sparkling water. Got cucumber and mint for Colleen.
That's fine that they like that. Cucumber by itself, not my fave. And then you add mint to it. I know this. I'm in my unpopular era, my unpopular opinion era. But I fucking hate mint in anything that is not just my toothpaste. Okay, leave it out of my drinks. Leave it out of my desserts. Leave it out of my chocolate specifically. Just leave it out of all of that. Just put it in the toothpaste.
And me, coconut pineapple.
Okay.
Because
come on, pina
I'm
colada.
not really a cucumber and mint type of gal.
Me and you both.
Definitely a coconut and pineapple type of gal. Next, got some jalapeno and cheddar cheese smoked chicken sausage.
Oh, yummy.
So 150
Actually, that does sound good.
One of them has 14 protein. Okay. I got some cage-free hard-boiled eggs.
How do y'all feel about like pre-packaged hard-boiled eggs? Like, just in general. I feel like people get them because they don't like the process of, like, peeling hard-boiled eggs, like, and I get it to some extent. But I also, you know, would rather put in that work because I feel uncomfy about just those moist hard-boiled eggs inside of a plastic bag like that.
Some sea salt plantain chips.
Okay.
I'm excited to try. Then got some Colby Jack cheese just to snack on.
Work.
80 calories for one with 5 protein.
She's in her high protein, maybe low carb era. It feels very close to the old keto.
You guys haven't seen.
I mean, the plantain chips wouldn't really fit in on that, but almost all the other food things she showed would.
It, but I have been busy all day long.
I mean,
I just feel so tired.
Of course we haven't seen it because you refuse to show us anything of actual interest on your channel. You've been so busy though, I'm sure. I mean, I've been so busy too. I really have. Just today already, I've answered some emails. I went to the gym. I took my dogs out. I made myself lunch. And here we are now. And then I have therapy this afternoon, and I scheduled myself a massage, honestly, because, like, I felt like I deserved it. And then I'm streaming. Like, I'm super busy too, girl. You and me both, we're twinning today. We're twinning. First the cucumber and mint thing, and now this. Busy gals doing busy gal things.
I'm so tired. So, I have some stuff I have to mail. So,
okay.
I got some bubble wrap for that. I hope I got.
Are we getting a Pink Sparkles gift box exchange part 2? I mean, this is just me hoping for some kind of interesting content.
Not enough. And then I also got some tape for shipping. Elaine picked out, these are little mini butter-filled pretzels. Peanut butter. Mini peanut butter-filled pretzels.
Okay, that sounds bomb. Like, I would eat those up, yes. But let's do.
Just individually bagged.
You sharing, Amberlynn?
These Stroop waffles.
Oh,
just
shit.
Like a little snack, I guess. That you have with your coffee. I don't know. Feline got it.
Stroop waffles are really fucking good. I'm curious about Feline bringing in this, like, junk food into the house, but go off. Maybe we'll get a Amberlynn yelling at Becky part 2. Or, you know what I'm really thinking? You know what I bet people are upset about? They're probably like, how dare you throw away this? Oh my god, Cakegate is gonna come out in this too, because they're probably like, how dare you throw away that cake, but wifey can bring in some Stroop waffles? Wifey can bring in some peanut butter filled pretzels? Which, like, I don't know, maybe that is a fair argument. Although maybe they have some boundaries in terms of, like, wifey's like, this is my food, not yours. But I just think back to the cereal thing and getting mad at Becky for eating the cereal or whatever. But I guess in that case, that cereal was Amberlynn's and not the other way around. So I don't know. Listen, I just know some people are going to be mad about this Stroop waffle, though. I have to say, though, Stroop waffles, chef's kiss, very good. And Noel just went through a Stroop waffle phase, and every morning we would do the coffee part anyways, but we make a pot of coffee to share between the two of us, and Noel would take the Stroop waffle and set it on top of his coffee mug to get it, like, warm and soft, eat it as he was drinking the coffee. And I'm just like, you are such a genius. I mean, I'm sure Noel was not the first person to think about that, but I was like, that sounds so good.
And caramel. I tried to drink coffee for a couple of days there, and it isn't jiving with me. I'm so coffee sensitive. Caffeine sensitive, really, but I mean, coffee has so much caffeine.
You're caffeine sensitive, but I guess she does drink the caffeine-free diet sodas, doesn't she? But she also often gets diet sodas from, like, takeout places, and those places don't usually have caffeine-free. But either way, I think I told you originally, like, I'll understand why you're trying to force yourself to drink coffee if you don't like it.
I got this red lentil mac and cheese bites. It's made with red lentil pasta. I don't know.
I am so annoyed. Like, it has to be my computer that is just, like, putting a blip in the screen, so I'm so sorry if that's annoying. I don't know why it's doing that.
Give it a try. And then, last but not least.
Also, do we got her on the 280p again? Oh, she's on 360p. I need the 1080p.
I got 2 new wax melts.
Oh, thank God.
Melt warmers, excuse me. They're literally identical. Because I needed new ones. So, that is the Target haul. So, I'm about to show you the before clip from my last vlog of how my living room looked. This is our couch blanket. It's for when we cuddle, we watch movies together, or like catch up on our shows.
The old couch blanket, of course, to go along with our car blanket. I mean, I think it's normal for people to have a couch blanket, but I just love how she has a blanket for everything.
Or we're just scrolling through TikTok together.
Like, that really is a mood.
It stays on the couch. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like now.
Let's go.
Okay, you guys ready? Oh my God! When I tell you, the obsession is real.
Isn't the only thing that changed the little coffee tables? I feel like everything else is the same. You just tidied up. You just folded up the blanket and moved the pillows around.
I was worried that this was going to be too big, but it looks perfect. It looks amazing.
Okay.
It just feels so cozy.
This is the makeover. This is the makeover part of the title of the video. Okay. Cool.
I've had a rug in here before, but it was a cheap one.
Oh, this is a new rug.
It's not so cheap.
Oh, we got some free foot content in there too. Y'all go to the wiki feet, update her wiki feet. She's giving that shit away for free.
So, look how cute. And then my new plant. I'm really vibing. This is the rest of my living room, if you're curious. These are just welcome mats that we haven't put out yet, but oh my God, I am obsessed. And by the way, this does move.
Wow. Oh, thank you. I couldn't figure that out.
Put it over there. Do whatever you want with it.
Couldn't figure that out. Thank you.
Yeah, there she is.
Feline teaching me how to pronounce cashew. Let me mentally prepare myself for this. Ooh, our quirky girl who can't pronounce words right when wifey's in the room. Whew, let's go. Let's do it.
Cashew. How do I say it? Cashew. Milk chocolate cashew.
I mean, okay, here's my thing. This has always been my stance about pronunciation of things. As long as I can figure out what you're trying to say, that's all that matters. I understand the difference in how the two of them are saying it. I don't think that this is actually anything I would have commented on myself personally. Like, I do understand why it sounds a little weird the way Amberlynn is saying it, but on the scale of like weird words that she said incorrectly before and like my ability to understand what the fuck she was talking about, this is very low on that scale, okay? Like, this is so low.
Cashew. How do you pronounce it?
Why are you asking a question?
Because you told me I said cashew wrong.
I didn't say you say it wrong, it's just...
Is it cashew?
You're just putting a weird emphasis on part of the word.
I'm asking, is it cashew?
This is so annoying. She's so insufferable.
How was I saying it wrong?
Cashew?
She is putting a weird inflection on it. It does almost sound like she's saying cashew? Question mark. Like, it does sound like she's asking a question.
Cashew.
Oh, I'm emphasizing the end.
Yeah,
hey, you want a cashew?
Cashew.
Do you want a cashew?
Do you want a cashew? I give up.
This word doesn't even sound fucking real to me anymore. If we're being honest, it sounds so fake. It sounds like a made up word now. Cashew. 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 Cashew.
Do you like our ceiling light?
It reminds me of something a high school teenager would have in their room, but it's cool, I guess. Pop off.
I put the sparkling water in the freezer.
Okay.
Feline is gonna try hers.
Work.
I'm ready.
A taste test situation type of deal.
I'm gonna try the coconut pineapple and then we're gonna switch off.
Sniff it. Sniff it.
Smells good, like I'm at Hawaii.
Like I'm at Hawaii. I'm at Hawaii. I've made it to Hawaii. I am at Hawaii. I'm glad it passed the sniff test, bestie.
Oh, she smells rough.
She doesn't smell good?
I'm in the depths.
You're in the depths of what?
I'm not sure yet. We're about to find out.
Somebody made a good point in my comments the other day that one of the annoying things about Amberlynn and Wifey's relationship that makes it feel inauthentic and disingenuous is that they just parrot each other. Like, that's not how conversations typically work. I mean, I have a feeling part of why Amberlynn does that is in case somebody can't hear what Wifey is saying, but Wifey also does it back to Amberlynn, like they just did right there. Oh, you're in the depths? I'm in the depths. You're in the depths? I'm in the depths. It's just like, this is not how conversations work. It feels so phony.
Mine's not bad.
Okay.
You like?
She's refreshing.
Okay, let's swap.
Smells like dookie.
Oh, no.
Dookie.
No.
What?
It smells like candy.
What
is...
No, this one smells like candy.
Can I tell you something that smells putrid? That's a drink, that's a beverage. Last weekend, my volleyball team, sorry to anybody who doesn't want to hear about my volleyball team, but last weekend my volleyball team got together and like everybody brought like beverages to share, to drink, and there was this passion fruit White Claw, and I've tried like all the White Claws, okay? And anytime I see one I haven't tried, I'm like, I gotta try that. I tried this passion fruit White Claw. I took a sniff of it. I did the sniff test like her. When I tell you this shit smelled like body odor. It smelled like B.O. And I finished the drink because like I don't waste food or drink or beverages, but I can't lie. The whole time, all I could smell was some sweaty-ass man's hairy-ass armpit. Stinky-ass man body odor is what I smelled the whole time.
Think so? Alright. Wait, what? Melted mint ice cream. With a little funk.
When she was like, ugh, and then she's like, wait, what? I like it? I'm like, girl, what? Did you not like it or did you like it? What's going on here?
But I'm not really a sparkling water gal besides the brand ice. And I gotta admit, these are kind of good and they quench that.
That what?
The bubbly carbonation.
Yeah. So literally the ingredients are carbonated water, natural flavor. That's it.
Wow.
0 calories,
Health
0 fat,
queen.
0 sodium, 0 carbs, 0 protein.
Health diva.
Okay.
She's good.
She's good. But natural flavors usually means the liquid, the juices that comes out of otters and beavers.
What?
Wait, I just want to highlight the wonderful sentence structure from Amberlynn Reed. Natural flavors is come from the juices of beavers and otters. Okay, all right, yes.
And when something is colored red,
Wait.
it's bugs.
Pause.
It's beetles.
Pause.
Girl, is this just something you saw on the Tic Tac?
That comes out of their anal region.
Okay.
What do you know about coming out of the anal region? What do you know about coming out of the anal region?
That's cool.
That's what natural flavors is. I'm not lying.
Okay,
I'll
show the evidence.
Watch. Alexa, what is natural flavors? Is it from otters or beavers?
I don't know that.
Me neither, Alexa.
You guys look it up. Have you heard about the ones where something is red? It's from the beetles and bugs getting squished.
Do your research. I'm thinking about the people who told me to do my research on her last video, but I don't want to do this research. I don't need to know where the natural flavors or the red dye in my food is coming with. Fill me up with your delicious otter and beaver secretions, with your bugs, whatever it might be. Ignorance is fucking bliss.
I've heard about Starbucks drinks being red because of the beetles and the bugs.
That goes with anything that's like red.
Wow.
I'm gonna do some digging.
Do some digging, because
Do your own research.
I've done it all for you already.
I just don't like that look in your face.
Because it's
What is this?
weird.
What is this segment?
Live a lie.
What is this?
We're literally drinking carbonated water in anal region from an otter or beaver.
Alright, and with that...
Can we... I never want to hear Amberlynn talk about anybody's anal region, to be fair. We can talk about anal regions. I just don't want it to be in the context of anything with Amberlynn Reid. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, also, live your truth. Also, I don't know. This is such a weird... I'm just like... so uncomfortable.
I love you. You're perfect.
Thank you, babies. So are you.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at the text I sent you.
Bestie. Y'all are so goofy. Yeah, you really recorded yourself saying all of that to her. That was so goofy. That whole section of this video, goofy. And you know what though? It's probably the most I've genuinely laughed at something that's happened in one of her videos in a long time. So maybe I do want to hear you talk about anal secretions or whatever it was.
Okay, guys. Hey, it's the next day. I forgot to film an outro.
You could have forgotten.
For the sake of time, we're not going to be doing interviews, but I could do PO box real quickly because I do have.
You could have just left it at, hey guys, that's all I got for today. Bye. I'm really, at this point, for sure over the P.O. box, for being honest. I'm so over it. So over it. Truly, honestly.
Quite a bit of things. But before I get into that, I will be starting another vlog after I end this one.
Okay.
Because today is the day where I meet my surgeon. So... super anxious. All right.
Didn't she already say that she met with her surgeon? God, I can't keep everything straight, but I thought she said she already had. But maybe in the past she was just talking about how she was going to be. But also, I love how the title says meeting my surgeon tomorrow, but in this video she's saying, no, I'm meeting them today. So is she just like saying that in the title so that people will come back to the next vlog to see how the surgeon meeting went?
Time for P.O. box time. First package. Oh.
Some shoes. Some slippers.
Letter.
Wow.
Some very interesting shoes. I've actually seen.
They're just house shoes, house slippers.
This YouTuber that I watch wear these. Feline's gonna steal them. They look super comfortable.
Can we get some foot modeling again? Can we get 2 feet shots in one video? I would love. I don't have a foot fetish, but I would just I think a lot of people would appreciate that, you know?
Rave about these, about how comfortable they are. So I want to say thank you to the person who sent them to me. Okay, you guys, sorry I seem like I'm in a bit of a rush. Because I kind of am. Super nervous. I still have to do my hair. I have to do my makeup. And I have to continue being nervous. So I'm going to do that.
Then get off this camera and go do it.
New vlog.
Oh, she is. It's ending right now. Okay. All right. Well, damn, besties. I will say, towards the end of that, Judy was, I don't know if you could hear her, but she was like growling, like, Dad, I'm sick of it. We've been in here for an hour. Let's fucking go. I'm done. And so I'm going to give her reprieve. I don't have much more to say about this vlog, outside of I did laugh and enjoy some of it, even if it was really weird and I didn't really know how to feel. I think in hindsight, I enjoyed listening to her talk about anal secretions or whatever it was that she was talking about. So here we are. Anyways, thanks again so much to everybody who has taken the time to watch my video today and any day. I appreciate you all and your differing opinions from me. So thanks so much. I really do value all of you, and thanks for coming back for another video. That's all I have time for today though, so if you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!